there, my name's Tamara, and my roommate stole my phone to destroy my relationships. But first things first. Remember to post your new title ideas in the comments below. It needs to be an original story, something we haven't done already. Give a like to the ones you would like to see animated. For the most active members who create very popular titles, we will contact you to join a secret server on Discord to offer you behind-the-scenes access. For now, let's jump straight into today's thrilling story. Jade and I used to be friends, the best of friends. That's the main reason we moved in together. But being friends from school and being friends who live in the same house was wildly different. When we only got to see each other during daytime, everything was lovely. I got to see the best version of her. But the moment we started living together, I got to see a different side of my friend, and it was not pleasant. It turned out Jade was messy. And I don't mean like regular messy. I mean, she left everything she used wherever she pleased. Dirty laundry on the floor, dishes wherever in the apartment she ate, and used towels everywhere. She often ran out of clothes because she never did her laundry, and when she did run out of clean clothes, she'd borrow mine without asking, and then I'd run out of clean clothes without noticing. I had to do everything in the house because if I didn't, there'd be moldy plates and pots of fly-ridden, rotting food all over the place. I had to hire a professional team just to get rid of a patch of stains on the wall of her room that I warned her about and that I asked her to kindly sort out before it got worse. But as per usual, Jade ignored me. And the stain, of course, became impossible to remove. I don't even know how she manages to make everything so dirty 2 minutes after I deep clean everything. It's like she's mastered the dark arts of leaving a mess. I could take cleaning up after her, even though it's ridiculous. But that's not the weirdest thing about my roommate. Sometimes I'd catch her staring weirdly at me, and she'd snoop on my texts or whenever I'm typing something on my laptop. It was really creepy. What's more is that she'd never leave us alone when my boyfriend came to visit. She'd always find a reason to insert herself into mine and Jake's conversations. Once, she even literally got between us on the couch. Jake found it really weird, of course, and eventually he decided that if we were going to hang out, it would be at his place. Jade complained to me about that, as if she was Jake's girlfriend. Why did she want to hang out with my boyfriend so much? It's not like she knew him before I introduced them. But then, I found out the reason, weeks later. Jade left her phone on the kitchen counter without locking it, and I saw the messages she'd been sending Jake. She sent him flirty messages and photos of herself. And more shockingly, Jake encouraged her. So much for him finding her creepy. In fact, Jake had arranged to meet up with Jade that night. I confronted my roommate about it. And that was how my real troubles began. Jade punched me in the face, and when I woke up, it was dark. I was tied up, gagged, and bound to my bed's headboard. I tried screaming for help, but all that came out was muffled groaning. The exhaustion knocked me out. I woke up with a start when Jade came back, and she was smiling so creepily that I felt goosebumps up and down my arms. "What are you doing? Let me go!" was what I tried to say. "What? Sorry, can't understand you over the gag." I tried to scream for her to let me go again, but Jade just smiled, sat on the edge of my bed, and patted my wildly kicking legs. "Jake's a great guy. He's a really great guy. Oh, and he kisses well." I wanted to punch her in the face, but Jade tied me up well. I couldn't even get the ropes to budge, and the gag in my mouth was taped over. I racked my brain for a way to get free, but all my efforts were in vain. Jade eventually let me go, but she kept me locked in my room. She installed bars on my windows and boarded them up. The only other room in the house I could access was the bathroom connected to my bedroom. Otherwise, Jade would just deliver food to my room, and that was it. I saw Jade change before my eyes. Her usual look became something more familiar, more me. I realized Jade began to turn into me. First, she took my phone. Every time Jake would want to hang out, she'd pretend to be me and texted him back that I couldn't make it. I was sick or out of town or with my friends. And when my friends or family would check up on me and ask me to visit them, she'd say I was with Jake. Eventually, she began taking my place. When she came up with some or other excuse why I couldn't go out with my boyfriend, she'd take my place instead. She'd even make it look like I suggested it by making me call Jake. When my friends would ask me to hang out, she'd pretend she was just in the area and she'd bump into them. Jade began to dress like me, talk like me, and she even cut her hair and colored it the same shade as mine. Slowly but surely, Jade morphed into an exact copy of me. And nobody even noticed. Jade stole my phone one last time. She used it to text everyone I loved. She texted my parents that I hated them and that they shouldn't try to contact me ever again. She messaged my friends horrible things, secrets I only told her back when I thought I could trust her. And she texted Jake that the reason I haven't been seeing him lately was because I was seeing someone else behind his back. She broke up with him for me. All my relationships went down the drain. I screamed and screamed, but Jade only put the volume of the TV up. She ruined my life. She even took control of my bank accounts. Jade was stealing my identity, and no one was trying to stop her. She had taken my place in my friend group. She'd stolen my boyfriend, and she was visiting my family often enough to think of her as a daughter. And I couldn't do anything about it. Until I realized we had a crawl space, and that a vent led to it from the bathroom. I had to wait until Jade was out, until she went to a date with Jake. Let me tell you, they make climbing into vents look way easier in movies. It was gross in there. There were rats and other weird dead things, and it smelled like Jade's room. But if I was going to get my revenge, I had to do whatever it takes. It turned out I timed everything perfectly. I was waiting for Jade on the living room armchair when she got back, and she jumped up about 3 feet in the air from surprise. "What are you doing out here? Get back in your room Or what? You'll ruin my life? You've already done that. Now, it's my turn to ruin yours." The cops got there just in time. They cuffed her, took her away, and took her in for questioning. I gave them my statement and told them to look at every gadget Jade had as evidence. The cops weren't too excited about the prospect of what I wanted to do next, but I wanted to get back everything Jade stole from me. Everything, that is, except my boyfriend. If he was so willing to kiss her even before Jade kidnapped me, that told me Jake wasn't the most faithful boyfriend. He never even looked for me or visited me or doubted Jade for 1 second. My family and friends came back to me, and they apologized for not knowing better. I talked to every magazine and newspaper. I even did podcasts and talk shows. I told everyone who would listen what Jade did to me, and I showed them her picture. I wanted to know people knew who she was. I wanted to make sure nobody ever believed a word she would ever say. I wanted to make sure no one would hire her. She ruined my life. Now, I was going to give her a taste of her own medicine. Jade went to prison for a few years, and when she got out, I was there. I made sure she saw me. I wanted her to know I was never gonna let her get away with what she did. Last I heard, Jade was still unemployed, and she was living month to month with government assistance. And me? I haven't dated since. I've only cultivated my relationships with the people in my life. My silver lining? I turned what happened to me into a book, and it was a hit. I hear there's talk about Netflix doing a show about it. It's still early days, so my agent is keeping it hush-hush. But since I'm sending this story anonymously, I thought I could tell all of you. So watch out for that when it comes out. And remember, be careful who you trust. Sometimes it's the people closest to us who betray us. And never, ever move in with strangers. You'll never know what you're getting into. Jade and I were already friends, and I barely knew her. Your next roommate could be a creepy kidnapper if you're not careful.